practice for your back. So we're going to be doing a forward fold and we're going to be doing a back bend, both of course yin style as always. But before we actually get started with that, we're just going to move our spine a little bit just to create some lubrication in the vertebra and of course create a little bit more space between the vertebra as well. What you need for your practice today, if you want to grab a couple of blocks, you may or may not need them, but I usually recommend having blocks close by. If you need anything else to support you, such as like blankets or towels that you like to fold up or just have as to extra padding, you can absolutely go ahead and grab that. And when you're ready, you're going to meet me on the mat in tabletop position. Okay. So let's just start off hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingers out really wide and just ground down through each one of your fingers. Close your eyes. Just feel your shins and the tops of your feet into the mat. And then as you inhale, just slowly roll the belly down. Start to lift the head. Keep your eyes closed if you like. Exhale, start to round your spine as you push your palms into the mat and you tuck your chin to the chest. And then again, rolling forward, belly comes down. Head lifts up, tailbone curls up. And as you exhale, you're rounding, rounding, rounding. So let's just continue on here for a few more seconds, just moving through these two shapes. I like to go super slow. You do you. So you decide if you want a little bit more energy, and this is maybe first thing in the morning, maybe decide to go a little bit faster. If this is more at the end of your day, or you're looking to unwind, just take it super slow and chill. Last 2 rounds here. And then let's meet back in a flat back. We're going to start on our belly in the back bend, coming into Sphinx pose. Now, personally, for myself, I love to have a block underneath my head. It just feels way better for me. I also like to take my feet wide. You can also bring your feet together if that feels better. For me on my low back, it feels better to have my legs apart. Now you can take this a little bit lower by drawing your elbows a little bit more forward until you feel your lower ribs drop. If you want to come up a little bit higher, you're going to slide your elbows just slightly in front of your shoulder heads, okay? And then just really kind of relax and sink your belly down. Just allow that natural weight to start to permeate in through your lower back. And if you want to keep your head straight, you can, or this is where you can grab your block and maybe fold your forehead down onto the block. So whatever you choose, whether it's to leave your head up or to draw your forehead down, see if you can soften in through the back of the neck, relaxing your belly, your legs, your feet. And there's a little bit of effort required from your forearms, but for the most part, it's really chill here. And start to engage your breath. So deep, full breaths in and out through your nose. I like to imagine like I'm softening my belly right down past the mat, anchoring into the earth. Allowing the front of my body to open. And this is such a wonderful pose to do if you've been sitting a lot at a desk or if you've been driving a lot. It's just really nice to allow your spine to move in a different direction that creates some space. Now at any point, if you find it's too much, feel free to drop your forearms forward a little bit more, come into a lower variation, or even sometimes for some people it actually feels just perfect to just rest flat with your forehead to the mat. Now this is also a wonderful, wonderful pose. And actually the sequence we're going to do of these two poses are actually two of my favorite poses to help support my adrenal glands. So those little tiny glands that sit above your kidneys that produce cortisol, that help manage your stress levels in your body, and that also partially produce progesterone. So these two poses right here, we're doing some compression through the low back, and this is healthy. And then when we come forward into a forward fold, we're going to be rounding the back and sort of opening up and decompressing. And this beautiful sequence of compression and decompression actually helps to create balance. Now for the last minute here, if you want to come up a little bit higher, you can join me up in seal. You'll bring your fingers to the corners of your mat, press into your palms and start to lift your elbows up. You're going to slightly contract your glute muscles here if you're lifting up into Sphinx. And of course your hands can come in closer to create a deeper back bend, but you can also walk them a lot more forward as well. And just make this a little bit less. Okay. Well, again, if you're choosing this variation, you choose what feels best in your body. Nothing should ever feel painful, sharp, shooting, or electrical in any way. This is also a great pose to just bring some energy into your body as well. So if you're ever feeling a little tired or a little sluggish, come into Sphinx. Let's take one more really deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Now, if you're up in Sphinx, just slowly come back down to your forearms. Remove any block you had to the side just for a moment. Bring your hands stacked one on top of the other. Heel toe your feet together, and then just let your forehead rest and take a few deep breaths. And then just for a moment, pick up your feet and just kind of windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And just get a little bit of movement and some fluid moving down through there. And then land your feet back onto the mat, hands underneath your shoulders. Let's slowly press up. And we're going to meet in a seated position. So next up is our forward fold. We're going to come into butterfly. So just a quick little story. You're going to grab your blocks here. When I did my one of my yin trainings, my teacher, Sarah Powers, had always told me, In any given day, there's only 2 poses that you can do. It would be Sphinx and butterfly for that compression and that decompression of the spine, okay? Just gets the fluid moving through your spinal cord and actually wakens up your nervous system in a way that creates balance. All right, so soles of the feet together, knees open. You can use these blocks, tuck them underneath your thighs. You can flip them at whatever height you need. You can also sit up on the edge of a block as well if you feel like that you need that kind of support. You can also grab these blocks, and what I say is kind of like you're creating a little tower for yourself. So you can stack them whatever way you want. I typically will start on a higher end, and then as I'm kind of partway into it, I'll kind of fold a little deeper. So soles of the feet together, try to see if you can make a narrow stance with your legs. So you're not bringing anything in too close. That's going to create too much pressure on the low back when you fold. Okay, so when you're ready, just sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes. Exhale, just start to round any amount here, any amount. This doesn't have to be deep. This doesn't have to look like the cover of a yoga journal magazine. Let your arms relax and your elbows soften. And just slowly breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Take advantage of tuning into the sound of your breath right underneath the tip of your nose. There is so much power in actually listening to your own breath to calm you, to soothe you, to ground you, to relax you, to energize you. Your breath has so many beautiful qualities to it. So take advantage of just watching and listening to your breath. So we're a little bit more than halfway through. Just decide if there's anything that needs to shift here. If you need to go a little deeper, maybe you need to stay as you are, or maybe you need to just back out a little bit to create some space. Again, it isn't about what things look like here. It is really just all about how it feels for you. The aesthetics are not important. The sensations and the breath are. So that's what we want to anchor to. another 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. And keeping your eyes closed, just slowly start to press yourself up. Remove any of the blocks to the side. Draw your knees together. Take the legs out for a moment. Maybe just give them a little bit of a shake. And then just come to a comfortable seated position here. Just sitting up tall, hands resting in your lap, eyes closed. Just notice. Just notice how you feel, even after a short practice. Sometimes the intentions that we set, even for a short practice like this, can be so powerful. Just taking that time to step away from your day and to be in the present moment with your breath and the experience of whatever's happening in your body in each moment of each pose. It is such a gift. Never ever underestimate the power of a single pose or the power of your breath or your intention to heal your body. And bring the palms of your hands together. Let's take a deep final breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice.